to prevent it. But why does it still, even though we have got advanced informations for a particular wing in the police department, why the failure is taking place in the other department?
Most of the time what we talk of advanced information is a very, very generalized piece of information. There's something like there's a likelihood of terror attack in India in the coming days. So that sort of a generalized information cannot be responded in a precise manner. The way the resources are spread in this country, it's very difficult to provide the type of security cover which is generally required in a terrorist attack. Wherever you get specific information, there are a lot of terror attacks which we have been able to thwart. Not that it has taken place, there are a lot many. But they are reported in a very minuscule manner. They are not reported in the manner, the way bomb blast takes, the way when terror strikes. So there are a lot many preventive work which takes place. There are a lot many things which get thwarted. Whatever happens is highlighted. There might also be situations wherein some piece of information might be complete information, might be not complete information, would have gone unattended. So there is no denying that fact. But on a general basis, effort is made to respond to the information when it is actionable. When it seems to be actionable, where we can respond. It is not like a red alert for the whole country or red alert for all Karnataka. End of the day, I don't think it means anything great.
So far as...
there was one this thing. I think Denmark, there was a terror attack. That detailed plan was put on Facebook. And for 6 hours, the most vigilant of the police systems in the world did not check what was there. When they have established softwares to throw up on search with those specific titles or words or whatever. Anyway.
Creativity and innovation supported by incubation centers are the requirements of the day. The what social networking, what you have suggested, is the best solution for that. That incubation centers must be created everywhere. Then only that innovation will come. Then one more thing is, ability to sustain the failure is the base for innovation. I think you agree with this.
See, incubation center, what you are talking about can be variety of types. Now, experiential learning lectures, it is an incubation center. I intend to provide technical expertise and technical advisory to any organization. It might be a multinational, it might be an NGO, it might be a governmental undertaking. Today, now that that issue has come, I would request a couple of professionals to join me in this enterprise to provide free technical advice, free advisory services on quite a large number of technologies. That will be human service which you will be doing to this nation. If there is a small place like say Harpanhalli wants a video surveillance system, and there are 25 people who are competent in handling video surveillance system, they are not a part of any business enterprise. They are a part of academic institution. What stops them from giving that technical expertise? The same way I am disseminating of whatever I know. In the same manner, you are also duty bound to the society to deliver whatever you know. Anyway you are being paid by some organization for whatever you require. Your livelihood is taken care. If you spend an hour or two for the society which has brought you and made you professors, directors, principals or whatever, I think you owe that much to the society. So that incubation center would be a great incubation center. Next.
I have 2 points to make. One is that will you be initiating or pioneering a concept of an NGO to extend the correct concept to other water bodies, not only in Karnataka, across in India? One. Second one is that you are chosen a ERP project for police department. Why you didn't go for commercial customized projects like SAP, Oracle, etc.? Is it because of cost advantage, or did you have no cost advantage, still you wanted to do it on an indigenous or individual basis within police department? These 2 points.
Okay, so first question first, as the management guru say. So, KERE, as far as KERE is concerned, whatever little expertise I have gained out of the KERE, I am ready to give that expertise to whosoever wants in Karnataka or across the country. I don't intend to create an NGO till the time I am in service. And if you create an NGO, I will certainly support you from outside. Okay, so that is with regards to the KERE. With regards to the ERP solution, there is no ERP solution which can be customized to a non-corporate organization. SAP R/3 is the latest product. SAP R/3 cannot be customized in a manner. We want, most of these multinational companies, they don't customize their products. If you want to buy that product, you buy that product. They will sell you a false idea that they will customize, they will not customize. You run behind their licensing, you run behind every single field, they will not help you. So my own understanding is that your ERP has to be your ERP, your software has to be your software, your source code has to be your source code, your training mechanism has to be your training mechanism, your architectural design has to be your architectural design, your upgradability and scalability of the software has to be yours. It cannot be SAP R/3's.
Can I get a second bite at the cherry? Okay. No,
You're finding cherry to be interesting.
Basically, when you spoke of the Denmark experience, the thought came to my mind that you have set up IT system, right?
Yeah, please tell me. I'm listening to you.
Yeah, okay. You have set up an IT system which is intra-organizational.
Correct.
You have just inaugurated a Facebook system which is the environment, or say the extra-organizational, whereas this organization serves in the domain of the public. Is there a possibility of a bridge between the Facebook and your IT system? In addition,
See, what actually we intend to do is, which I call as the final frontier, is a huge website of Karnataka State Police, which will have touch points in our ERP. So anything which you want to call out of our ERP, anything which we provide you access and privileges, will automatically reach you. So that is the final frontier. There are a lot many legal hurdles, there are a lot many technical hurdles, there are a lot many companies who don't want to do that, there are licensing issues, there is huge amount of money which I want to do away with. My own understanding is most of the projects I do in 40 to 50% of the allotted money. Rest of the money is used for other ancillary peripheral stuff which adds value to the project, like static IP, which we got for our whole network. Without the static IP, we would never have had the confidence of running this whole network, which was not a part of the package. Whatever the savings was, we used for that purpose. Next.
With your permission and...
No repeat, sir. Bere yaru kodi solva.
Sir, I'm from COTS.
Yes, ma'am.
As you told that the innovative ideas, for that the original researcher has to be honored. Okay? Because
Yes.
of the... But it hardly takes place in India as such.
In India, we don't know who the researcher is. Correct, number one. Sit down, madam, I'll just explain.
Yes.
I came up with this bright idea of opening a website which will have all doctoral and postdoctoral theses which has been created out of public money. We as taxpayers, we deserve whatever knowledge base has been created out of that money. I think this is not the right forum to name those people. But people very high in the academic and scientific fraternity in this country, they have literally spurned down that offer. They feel, they talk about patent, they talk about copyright, and the total number of patents this country has, I know. One of the top academic institutions, R&D institutions in this country, has created only 18 articles in 1 year. Correct. So the honor which is given to you can only be the honor which you forcibly take. And that is the honor which I am taking upon myself by telling it to the public in a very direct manner. This is what I have done. You find it to be fancy, if you find my thoughts to be useful, if you feel I am worthwhile, I'll certainly offer those services to you, and you will be convinced that there is a meaning in this. You want to do research on police IT, you are welcome. I'll open my doors. You can do any number of doctorates on that. Only my system integrators request for a proposal, which is 800 pages, can be worth two or three doctorates. Correct. So this is where we are. We know our ecosystem. There is no great purpose in breaking your head against the wall. If you find a human being, please break your head. Next. Last question. I've got a Sarkari video conferencing.
So this is just, I would like to draw your opinion to this. You said we are perfect at home. we do our things well. But why not the same commitment to the organization? We always say, like in the workplace or any other place, I have never come across any individual saying that he or she is happy in the workplace. All the time we have been grumbling about the system. So who will set the system right? Like who should set the system right? So I blame the system. System blames me. So then who will bell the cat?
Correct.
And the second issue is with reference to when any Indian goes out of this country, every individual largely have proved to be the best. But why doesn't that happen within our country? I would like to quote a statement of a driver in Singapore. He says, if an Indian in India can work like Indian abroad, India would have been a great country.
Correct.
Yes, I read 15.
Thanks a lot, madam. We are back to the ecosystem once again.
Yeah.
Correct. So it needs large number of individuals who are ready to suffer, who are ready to get humiliated. Nonetheless, they have finally decided to create a new system. As long as we find problems with our work environment, the work environment is not going to change. If the work environment in Davangere or the place I was working earlier remains the same for me, for my predecessor and my successors. What I deliver is my own passion.
Sir, my last...
Yes, madam. That will be the last.
We all say, everybody is disgusted with corruption, everyone wants a good examination system, but ultimately no one appreciates someone is honest in this country.
Because they are not disgusted.
No, sir, they must be disgusted individually.
They are not. Had they been disgusted, there would have been a revolution.
And you are tortured to such an extent that you are tired of being or trying to do something good to the system.
Madam, double speak is our nature.
Duality.
Is our nature. And I'm not talking about exceptions.
No, because there are a large number of students.
I'm not talking about exceptions. Double speak is our nature.
But exceptions do have exceptions.
Exceptions are there, exceptions prove the rule.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir, excuse me, sir. The last question. Sir, as part...
Last you will decide, huh? Okay, go ahead.
Sir, as part of my part is concerned, so your lecture on innovation, we youths didn't get any message. So nowadays youths are moving on crossroads, sir. So recently we have seen a mob attack in Mangalore and these gang rapes are taking place. So what's your message on youth, sir?
Youths have to decide what they are supposed to do. And they are supposed to do only one thing, is follow knowledge and follow professional career. If you want to follow other things, it is left to you. Every single youth in this country knows what he or she is supposed to do. But you create fake Facebook accounts and talk shit till late in the night.
Thank you, sir.
Okay? You just finish this? 2 minutes. I'll take 2 minutes more of your time. So, what I keep repeating at the end of my every lecture, so I am only the public face of what ELL is, what ELL stands for, and might be I speak in a slightly better manner. So these people have allowed me to speak. The actual real team, which is slogging day in and day out to make these lectures available to you, I'll just express my sincere gratitude to each one of them. We start with Dr. Sashikala Krishnamurthy. She has been working for quite some time, first on the book. Book is not my creation, book is her creation. The article and the PowerPoint presentation has been there for a long time, but it could never become a book. I'm extremely thankful to her for creating that book, being by the ELL team for comparing, and lot many ways she has supported ELL. Thank you, ma'am. Our SP, Shri Laguram, he, besides regular suffering of hearing my lectures every morning, this whole great organizational effort, it is his, and my personal thanks to him, and all the officers who have toiled on behalf of my great personal effort. I take it as a matter of tribute to our faith in a knowledge-based society. Then we have Shubha. Please come. She was working with the Karnataka State Police Housing Corporation, has been associated with the KERE in a big way. The Karnataka State Police Housing Corporation repatriated her, and she is working with us in our office. She has put in, I think, nearly 24/7 for a lot many days, and that is how this whole thing has finally transpired into a great, pleasant, academic, social, business, management, interpersonal experience. Thank you, Shubha. We have Sharan and Basuraj. Sharan is the guy who finally made me a Guruji, because with best of my efforts, I could not dissuade him from calling me a Guruji. And that infection spread to Mr. Basuraj also. Both of them are professors in mechanical engineering at BIT. I thank both of you for bringing this huge crowd, and I think they can also be, their services can also be used by political parties. Thank you. Then we have Sharnappa. He is our ASP from Sagar, a great gentleman, great human being, best professional of the last IPS batch. He has been helping me with every single thing which I have done here for the last 6-8 months. Presently with the PowerPoint presentation, people say, in love they say that the next fellow can read my mind, but in our professional life also, I think Sharnappa can read my mind. Thank you, Sharnappa. Then we have Abhinav Khare, ASP Hospet, mechanical engineer from IIT Madras, IPS officer of the 2008 batch, presently ASP in Hospet, has helped me with Sharnappa in all my endeavors, and also he has got a great voice. We have different voices, we sing differently. Thank you. Anyway, in his absence, Nataraj of Jaya Studios, he has created a new persona for me. The photographs which you see all around is created by me. Is created by Nataraj. I don't know whether I correspond in any way to those photographs, but it is because of Nataraj that such good photographs are there in the public domain. Thank you, Nataraj. Then we have Dilip, dear Sub-Inspector. He has been toiling for last so many days to bring this whole thing to life. Then we have Ajay, photographer, and Santosh. You come on stage. 3 days back, I gave him a piece of my mind, and I knew that he will not deliver, but I hoped that he would. And finally he has delivered this whole acoustics, video, everything which goes under this great roof is created by Santosh. My sincere gratitude to make a dream come true. Last but not the least, every single one of you who have gathered here to listen to the whole concept of Management for All, an education process which I feel would transform society. The mission is on, passion is on. Creatively yours, Sanjay Sai. Thank you.
Repeat to innovate is to live is to innovate. Sanjay Sahai's quote is ringing in our ears.